Hey YouTube, it's your girl Iamsheilaj and I am back with another video. If you are new here, welcome. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on your bell notification so you can be notified every single time yours truly uploads a new video. And if you are not new here, welcome back. But you always come back because I am everyone's favorite everything and your favorite YouTuber, and everything I touch always turns to gold. And in today's video we are talking about what the first chapter of this book, which is Minding the Body and Mending the Mind. I have to read this for my holistic psychology class this semester with Professor Neil. And for this video, even though I know my professor is going to be watching this video, I am just giving him the respect by calling him Professor Neil, just for this sake of this video, and just to give him proper respect, because I don't feel right not doing that. And I wanted to basically, I feel like the first chapter of this book, I really do kind of feel like explain something that I'm gonna eventually do a deeper video on eventually, but this is pretty much literally explaining everything I've been trying to say. So it's like down to the T. And it's like, it's just crazy. So I'm gonna read a portion, like a little quick thing. Every time you miss your exit on the highway because you are daydreaming, then wake up to discover yourself miles further down the road, you are demonstrating the power of the unconscious mind. Once something is learned, we don't have to think about it consciously. The task simply repeats itself as soon as we initiate the program. In this case, by putting the key in the ignition, the rest of the driving is literally second nature, because our nervous system has been conditioned or imprinted with the driving pattern. So because we are creatures of habit, your habits are literally creating your life. And I've been trying to put this into a video and basically saying that repetition is the powerful, like Lil Wayne says it best, like repetition is the power of knowledge. That is what you learn. And when you're learning how to drive, learning how to drive is the fundamental concept, because at first you don't know what you're doing, but eventually you do it so much that it literally becomes a habit. When you were little and you were being taught your ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, you had to do it over and over and over again until you understood it, until you learned it, until you had it memorized. That was the whole purpose of doing your ABCs and your 1, 2, 3s, was for you to memorize it. That's why your teachers had you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, because that is how we learn. We are creatures of habit. And I've been wanting to put this in a video and say that to you guys, because it's the key point in changing your habits and healing and manifesting is to do things over and over and over again until it becomes a habit, until it's your everyday norm. I don't know why we get conditioned with that negative programming to like automatically revert to that negative programming. I don't understand why it's so easy for us to just go back, like just go to instantly go to that negative programming. I don't understand why as a culture and as a society we are conditioned with negativity. I don't understand it. Like, I feel like the world would just be a better place if we just conditioned ourselves with more positive. The world would be a better place if we had more positivity. Like, if everybody was positive, the world would be a better place, in all honesty. And it leads me to also wondering, like, does Leslie University have any classes on psychoneuroimmunology? I really want to learn more about that, and that's basically a field that explores the body's most subtle interactions. Really want to learn more about that. Also, like, I just want to let you guys know, like, you can change You can change anything. You can change anything down, as Dr. Joe Dispenza says. He literally says that you can change you and your nature and epigenetics down to your DNA. You can change yourself down to your DNA. It's called epigenetics. Look it up. Look up Dr. Joe Dispenza, and he will literally tell you that you're like, we would be so farther if we could just do that. But you know, not everybody likes that and likes to hear that. But these are just like my takeaways. Like, I just think that, and even with the placebo effect, I'm going to look, the first chapter also talks about the placebo effect, which I've also covered on this channel. That's also how I grew my hair longer, is using the placebo effect, and saying that every time I brush my hair is getting longer. And now I'm saying that every time I brush my hair is getting longer and thicker. I'm going to link that video right up here for you guys. What is the placebo effect? And I'm also going to link up here the video about my hair growth. I will also link that up here for you guys as well. If you want to binge watch my manifesting videos, here's the link to binge watch my manifesting videos as well. But this is literally, like, this first chapter is literally explaining everything that I've been trying to say. Like, and it's by Joan. I actually don't know how to pronounce her last name, but it's by Joan. Like, I just wish more people understood that. Like, I really wish that more people understood it, and that understood this, so that we can all heal and learn. And there's levels to healing. There's multiple levels to healing, and you're gonna have your good days and you're gonna have your bad days. But if we can all learn to continue to grow and further ourselves and make better choices and make better habits and do things differently, we would be doing ourselves a lot more service to ourselves to grow and evolve. And I think right now in our society, we're at that brink of evolving and switching the paradigm to grow and evolve more as a culture, as a whole. And I think that's really, really important to understand. Like, I feel like that's really, really important. And once you learn the concepts of repetition and how repetition goes hand in hand in your affirmations, and goes hand in hand with your manifesting, and goes hand in hand with your healing and your journey in healing and your spiritual journey, I feel like it just gets easier once you grasp onto that. And once you grasp onto how easy it is from a science perspective and a spiritual perspective, it really does go hand in hand. The science and the spirituality and spiritual stuff goes hand in hand with each other. I don't care what anybody says. It goes hand in hand. They literally are like at the hip. And the fact that science is catching up with spiritual stuff, it's literally at the hip. That literally, you can't learn one thing without learning the other. And that means that you are expanding your mind, and you're having an open mind to understand that you can't have one thing without the other. And if you can learn science when it comes to spirituality, you're literally understanding yourself as human, because it's mind, body, and soul. And if you can learn all three aspects and learn that they're all connected, and science and spirituality is connected and they're not separate from each other, then it's literally a game changer. I feel like that's probably the most clicking thing that you can possibly ever do to understand how manifesting works and how the spiritual realm works in conjunction with everything else. And I feel like as a person who's studying manifesting and as a holistic psych major, but also wants to get a doctorate in neuroscience or whatever, I feel like studying the brain and understanding the brain and studying myself and being a doctor in myself and observing and understanding, okay, well, I see this going on, so how do I change this? I don't like this, so what do I gotta do to change this because I don't like it? You gotta analyze it as if you're the scientist of your life. If you don't like something, what are you gonna do to change it? Okay, so this is a continuation. I just finished class with the professor, with my teacher for holistic psychology, so I'm doing the part 2 video to this video, the video of me discussing the book Mending the Body and Mending the Mind. Yeah, that book. We just finished a discussion, and honestly, a lot of the things that I talk about on my YouTube channel actually got brought up in the class discussion. We talked about the placebo effect, which you guys know from this video up here. I briefly talked about subliminals a little bit, but I also talked about the law of assumption, about how thoughts create and dominant thoughts create, which is very, very helpful. A key point that I liked in the class was that one of the students brought up, don't stress me out. I really, really like that. I'm about to use that as my new mantra. I'm about to paint something, do a little video and show you guys that I'm painting something, which might actually be that. Don't stress me out. I'm not doing that. I'm putting that on my front door. Don't stress me out. Thank you, my fellow classmate, for coming up with that idea. We also talked about how changing the view and changing the story and the perception and recreating somebody, which we know that I also talk about on this channel. So I found that very, very helpful. I liked how the class pretty much, as a collective, we share the same interests and ideologies, and we can help each other grow. And I really, really liked how the class discussion was interrelated with each other, and it just connected with everybody's personalities and everybody's viewpoints on that one chapter. But a lot of our outside thoughts and learning and things that we've been learning outside of this book comes together in this book to bring together all of our collective thoughts and feelings about the first chapter. So I really, really liked that, and I really appreciate the class discussion, because now I know a little bit more things that I didn't previously know. So I find that really, really helpful, and I'm looking forward to more class discussions and learning more and continuing to reading the book as a whole together. So let's see how this goes. I'm really looking forward to this. Like, I'm really, really happy, and really, like, despite going through the circumstances that I'm going through, I feel really good about the way that this class is teaching me. I really love how this class is teaching me everything that I'm learning, and deeper learning, and it's just bringing everything together, and I appreciate it. I love it, and I'm looking forward to growing and evolving this semester. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you.